So guys, this is scientific notation. This is lesson 1-9. I'm going to try to explain scientific notation, not worry about the assignments or anything yet. I'm going to explain this because what people don't understand, what 8th grade students aren't sure about, is why do we have scientific notation? Why are we using these goofy things? Why are we using numbers like this? And the reason we have scientific notation, guys, is real simple. We are working with very, very, very large numbers and very, very, very small numbers. I don't want to write out a number that is literally 15 digits long. And I don't want to write out a number that is a decimal that's 15 digits long. We have to learn to use scientific notation. So here's what you have understood about scientific notation so far, and you may not even know that you understand this yet. You have seen problems that look like this. We had very large numbers. That's a very large number. Okay, that is 5,280,000,000. What you have already learned is that we can take this number, we can round it or estimate it by using the leading digit, rounding that leading digit, and then using a power of 10, which we've talked about all year so far, a power of 10. So here's what I'm going to do. This is what you already know. You know that if we take this number, that 2 right there tells that 5 to stay the same. So it's going to stay a 5. So you multiplied 5, and then you multiplied it times a power of 10. So what power of 10 did we use? This was in lesson 1-8. All of these would turn into zeros because we are rounding. We're estimating and rounding. That would mean that there are 3, 6, 9 total zeros. And remember what we said about the powers of 10. For something to be a power of 10 and have 9 zeros, that means it's to the 9th power. So this is 5 times 10 to the 9th power. That's what you learned in lesson 1-8. How to take a leading digit, multiply it by a power of 10, so it's a good rounded estimate of it. That's what we know so far. Now, instead of rounding it, we are now in lesson 1-9, we're actually going to take this number, not round it, but we're going to write the perfect way to write scientific notation. Here's how you have to write scientific notation. Remember that when you rounded, we needed a leading digit. That leading digit can never be bigger than 10. It is always 1 digit long. So we're still going to stick with 1 digit over here. However, in order to help us with scientific notation, we have to know a couple things. We are going to create 2 factors. The second factor is always 10 to some power. The first factor over here always must be a number between 1 and 10. Now I say between 1 and 10, but mathematically correct, I have to say this. It's allowed to be 1. It cannot be 10. It can be 9.999, but it's not allowed to be 10. It has to be a 1-digit number, a 1-digit number that's between 1 and 10. Now, I say 1 digit, and I don't truly mean 1 digit. What I mean is that number must be between 1 and 10. It's allowed to be 1, not allowed to be 10. So here's what I have to do in order to create my scientific notation. Your decimal point in this huge number, 5,280,000,000, is way over there. In order for me to get the decimal way over here so that this number is between 1 and 10, 5.28 is between 1 and 10, I have to move this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Looks familiar, doesn't it? That's what we had on the last one. Same thing. This is to the 9th power. I know that. Now, this number has to be 5.28. I hope you see the difference. Last time, we just rounded. It was just 5 times 10 to the 9th power. This time, we wanted the true scientific notation number. We want him to be dead on. When I write this in scientific notation like this, it is exactly the same as this huge number. We're going to learn to work with numbers like this because they're more simple. Remember, we've been simplifying things. We're trying to make math more simple in 8th grade. That's what we're here for. Now, there's one other thing that's highly, highly, highly important, and that is this exponent right here. Notice that the exponent in this case is positive. Because of the fact that it's positive, that means it is a very large number. We talked about that in lesson 1.8 as well. Keep that in mind, because if you see a large number in standard form such as this, we can turn it into scientific notation, and this must always be positive when it is a very large number.